Hey everybody, it's Kenny Cummins here, keeping things going with the 502 Ladies Edition. Got another Louisville artist joining me at this time. She goes by the name of Ariana Roshae. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Good, good. Thank you so much. Um, so we had the interview scheduled for Saturday, this coming Saturday. It turns out I didn't have a guest planned for the 8:30 time slot. So silly me reached out to you. Yo, could you do the interview 2 days early? And she said, bet. So here we are. So thank you for accommodating with me.
You're welcome.
All right. So let's go ahead and begin. Talk about your music journey as far as how did you get started?
Okay, so I got started in church with my grandmother and my mom. Everyone in the family does music, and I started out in middle school writing raps. And so I just turned those raps into songs and then turned it into soul and also gospel too.
Okay. So did you sing in the choir at a young age?
Yes, I've been singing in choir and praise team since I was 10 years old.
Okay. So you that kind of gave you a glimpse of what you wanted to do. Gave you an idea of performing in front of the crowd. Obviously, we with a choir, everybody got to be on the same page. Everybody got to, you know, get the vocals right, chemistry and everything. But it definitely gave you a feel of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. So shout out to all the choirs, man. Like you go to that church and you're feeling some type of way, but once you hear that choir sing, you up your seat, just
Yeah.
put your hands
I,
in the
I,
air.
yeah, I
Yeah,
really feel like good music comes from church, especially in my culture or in the Black culture. A lot of us artists, R&B artists, we learn from growing up in church and how they sing and praise and worship, and you just get into it. For me, that's where I started.
okay, I got you. Um, so we talked about your upbringing per se. So, who do you consider some of your musical influences as far as artists, bands, groups, whether it's mainstream or maybe independent artists? Who inspired you?
Who inspired me? Tamar, Brandy, Tony, Anita Baker. I grew up off of a lot of 80s and 90s R&B music. So most of them in that genre. I like groups. Of course, the Jodeci's, the New Editions, Michael Jackson when he was with the Brothers, all of them. And then I take all of that, and that's why I create the music that I create. That is definitely where I go for when I want to get really creative, or if I get writer's block, I go listen to their music. It inspires me.
Yeah, 80s and 90s definitely was built different. Especially if you was in that age and you it it's hard to duplicate that music. It's timeless music. I grew up listening to that music as well. Like my dad blasts Motown music
Mm-hmm.
in his office. And granted, I'm just a young kid. I'm just hearing, at a young age, you just hear noise and you be like, Daddy, what's that sound? He said, it's music, son. It's good music. You may not know it now, but once you get older, you'll understand. So once I started getting older and I listened to the exact same music, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the good music you're talking about. Yeah, I'm with that. Motown, Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin. My dad played all the big names you could think of, and some Isley Brothers too. Um,
Yeah.
he played Contagious like crazy. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He
So
was on his Ashley Brothers real tough. But I even
yeah,
play jazz. Like when I make meals for my kids, we listen to jazz and we listen to live bands, even if it's on YouTube, just so they can get a different feel of different genres to listen to. You know,
yeah,
a lot of kids nowadays, they don't know anything about jazz and live bands and even listening to bands. They see the drummers at their schools and at their colleges. They see the bands that way, but really, black owned bands that play live music in clubs and bars. Not necessarily on the mainstream, but I play with a lot of guys in this city that play live music, and I just feel like it all connects together when you're making your own music.
yes, absolutely. It's independent artists doing the music that they want to do, and presenting it to the world. Obviously, I've heard one of your songs. I heard "Settle."
Hmm.
I love that joke. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So talk about the story behind that particular song.
Okay, so the struggle behind that song, it took me 4 years to write. I had the hook done, but I didn't have the words to it. So I'm like, you know what? I had to go through some stuff. And sometimes to really pull out that good music personally, you go through it and then you've lived through it. So then the song will come out better. Settle talks about a woman that's just repeatedly been dealing with stuff over and over and over. And sometimes as women, we do that because we love our significant other. It's not necessarily just settling, but you know what? I can't keep doing this. I won't keep doing this. So that is what she's screaming out in that song on the picture that I tried to portray. Because
Definitely.
if you can't work with me or we meet halfway to better our relationship, then what am I doing? Because it sincerely takes two: communication. You got setting goals, setting standards, setting boundaries together. It can't just be one person. So I just put all that in to one song. It wasn't talking about if you don't make this type of money, I'm not settling. No, that's not what I'm singing about.
Right.
I don't want you to settle as far as knowing your worth in your relationship with a man and getting used over and over, and vice versa. Women do the same thing to men. They don't need to settle for that. So in that song, I'm singing for everybody, men, women, gay, not everybody can relate to that. And I think because you said that, I'm really gonna get it mastered, put money into it, really push it because I've got a lot of reviews on that Settle song.
Yeah, I played that song on a Music Monday playlist a while back. I think it was a double header. I was just adding more songs on there, and knowing that I had an interview with you coming up, I said, let me put Settle in there. And sometimes I play songs for the first time and just get you that authentic reaction to it. And
Mhm.
after the song ended, I was like, man, this song meant something, felt something. Very relatable, very authentic. Um, that's when you know music is at its best, when people are just genuine, authentic, and really just showing signs that, hey, I'm going through the same thing you're going through. We just go through it differently. We approach things differently. So that's a deep song. That's very a heartfelt song. Just look, man, it takes two, like you said, especially in a relationship. I'd be on the same page. Of course, you're gonna go through ups and downs,
Yeah.
you know, just being on the same page and just trying to make things work. together. You know,
Mhm.
it's a collective effort in a relationship at the end of the day. So I definitely enjoyed that song. So with that being said, you got any more music that you're working on? Maybe some more singles for years in, or you waiting for 2023? What else you have in the works?
Right now in the works, I'm finishing up the EP, and Settle will be on there. Another record that I have called Don't Go Away, that's on YouTube right now. If you don't have that song, I'll send you the link after the interview so you can listen to that.
Yeah.
I will be working on at least 10 more tracks before the year's over. And then next year, I'm trying to work on 3 more projects. Trying to keep it consistent. Every 90 days, I'm trying to drop something. It's time to do it. It's time.
Oh yeah. After hearing Settle, I'm definitely going to hear more music from you. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. I'm following you on Spotify, so I'll be watching for those release radar.
Yeah.
Keep your name in there.
Yeah, that's important.
So not only are you a musician, but I see you got your own brand that you've been working on. So talk about that brand and what's that's all about.
Okay, so my brand is I also dive into relationship coaching and music management because I want to help other artists get their platform set up. Now, not promising deals or nothing like that, but making it where you know what you need to be or you know the things you need to do. EPKs, your website, um, shows, set how to set your own shows. Because technically, you don't really need anyone. Everybody can do it on their own, but it is definitely having that team and people that support you. Yes, but it starts within yourself. So I'm really deep into my relationship coaching brand, teaching women how to date properly, um, coaching men on certain things to look at as women if they're dating to marry or if they're dating to just have a girlfriend or whatever you want. So soon I'll be into life coaching. So I just love it. I'm kind of dipping into different things this year and still seeing what my niche is, you know? So it's going to be music, acting. I model a little bit. I do fashion runway, um, a mentor, relationship coach. Um, I want it all.
She definitely looked like someone that's going for it and just everything, music, relationships, business. You know, I like that. I like the relationship aspect. Sometimes you need some help to get either yourself or your relationship with someone on the right track. So um, having that relationship coach definitely helps um, get put some perspective on things. So I've seen some of your work on online, and it's very incredible. You definitely being a helping hand for people, and that's a testament of who you are as a person. So I have profound respect for you in that
Thank
regard.
you.
You're doing incredible things. Um, so like she said, if you need, so where could people get in touch with you as far as the relationship? How can they contact you for that?
Facebook, Instagram, the Ariana Roshae page. But also, in order to really contact me, I will recommend you go to my website, which is www.arianaroshae.com. ArianaRoshae.com. And on there, it has a about section and info. You go to the info and you type in all your information and what services you need from me.
Gotcha. So she got you covered. If you want music, she got you. You need to, you get relationship advice, input, she got you. If you need to work on your business, she got you. Whatever you need, she got you. She got you covered. Literally, she's very reliable. I seen the reviews. I seen all of that. Her resume, her input speaks for itself. So, uh, so get in touch with Miss Roshae. She got you covered. Um, um, I love this music. I love everything about you and what you're representing. Louisville. I live in Lexington, but I do watch and see what's happening in Louisville. And a lot of the artists that I've seen, I've become a fan of their work. Louisville is, I love the Louisville music scene right now. So much good talent out there. And just putting in the work, and it's good times in Louisville. I made to make a trip to Louisville and see some of these artists in person because y'all are incredible, very talented artists.
Respect.
Yeah. So check her out and her website. Check out the song Settle that's on the platforms right now. She says she's got more music on the way. So stay tuned for that. It's so good to have you on the show. And
Oh, you're welcome.
like I said earlier, I appreciate you for accommodating doing this 2 days early. Um,
Anytime.
so appreciate you. You could have continued success in everything, and keep in touch. Well, appreciate you.
Yes, and I would love to come back. Thank you so much.
We'll definitely have you back on once you got some more music. So thank you
Okay.
again. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bye bye.